This video is about my experience trying to grow long beans successfully.
The focus in this video:
How we can grow super productive long beans.
the vegetable long bean is also known as yard long beans. There are a few variations of this vegetable, including the green and the red variety. What I have planted in my garden is the red variety. Compared to other green bean vegetables, I love the texture and flavor of long beans.
Long beans can be made to be super productive with proper care and maintenance. Every leaf axil on the long bean vine has the potential to produce a flower bud set and at least 2 to 4 beans. In this video, I can show you methods to prune long bean vines so that they become super productive. I will also share with you some methods to direct long bean vines onto a low trellis so that they are at a reachable height for harvest and maintenance.
How to propagate long beans? Long beans are generally propagated by seed. Once the seeds are sowed, they germinate very fast. Seeds can be directly sown or first germinated in nursery cups or bags. Here I used 500 ml yogurt cups with drainage holes at the bottom to plant my long bean seeds. In some cups I planted 2 seeds and in some I planted 3 seeds. As you can see, all the seeds I planted have germinated. That was easy. And within 10 days, they turn into young seedlings a foot long. They can then be transferred to the ground or into bigger nursery bags. Long beans grow best in full sun sites. They also need well-drained and compost-enriched soils. Long beans are legumes and have a reduced need for nitrogen fertilizer. This is because they have the ability to fix nitrogen from the atmosphere, as their root nodules contain nitrogen-fixing bacteria naturally. Even as such, proper use of the right fertilizer and a good amount of sunlight will show huge improvements in the harvest. However, growing long beans in a compost trench will work wonders, as this will provide fertilizer throughout the growing season. Long beans are vigorous growers. As soon as the vines are long enough, direct them onto a trellis. If not directed, they will soon tangle together and become a huge mess. Vines can quickly reach up to a height of 12 feet within 1 to 2 weeks. And very soon questions are raised about the limiting factors.
Where else can I climb?
As such, a sturdy trellis has to be provided to accommodate the vigorous vines. In place of trellis, a tripod with poles with a height of 6 to 7 feet will also make an excellent smaller planting unit. Here, I have used a canvas string tied on a horizontal pole to guide the vines up. This method works, but within a few days the vines reach the top and becomes a tangled mess up on the roof. The vines grew and grew, even way past the 8 feet poles I constructed. This, I wondered, might be replay of Jack and the Beanstalk. I am up here now. Help! Where else to climb? Personally, I find erecting a trellis 7 to 8 feet tall is no easy task. They also have the tendency to topple over during bad weather. Secondly, the vines will very soon reach right to the top and tangle with each other, making it difficult to untangle and redirect them or harvest the fruits right at the top. Moreover, periodic spraying of any insecticides or liquid fertilizer will also be difficult, as the vines right at the top will be quite difficult to spray. After 3 years of facing the challenges growing long beans, I have now got for you some simple solutions to face these problems. The first solution on the list is to keep the growing vines as low as possible. This may be done by erecting a trellis not more than 6 feet tall, where harvest and maintenance of vines is easy. My second solution on the list will be pruning and redirecting of the vines. With some good pruning, we can make our long bean plants to produce more beans than vines. Pruning and redirecting of the vines is essential for growing long beans. Long bean vines have a natural tendency to reach the top of the trellis and tangle together. When not pruned or redirected, long bean plants eventually form a dense and heavy at the top tangled mess on the trellis. When the main vine reaches the top of the trellis, we have to remove the tip. When the tip from the main vine is removed, we will see 1 or 2 sprouts appear on each leaf axil. These sprouts will either develop into flower sets or side vines or both together. A good practice will be to keep only 1 or 2 of these side vines and remove the rest. This will encourage the long bean plant to focus its nutrients on the flowers and fruit production. Redirecting overgrown vines. We should remove the tip from the side vines and redirect them on the trellis. Redirecting will ensure even distribution of the vines on the trellis and will prevent a tangled mess on the top. The main vine is the strongest vine and it will produce the best fruits. Keep only 1 or 2 of the strongest side vines. It's not good to keep more than 2 side vines, as that will mean the plant will have more than 3 fruiting vines. The more side vines the plant has, the more weaker the vines will be and smaller the fruits on the vine. Pruning and pinching of the tip will keep the long bean plants producing more sets of flower buds. The long bean plant will keep on producing quality beans for at least 4 weeks. Each flower bud set has the potential to produce 4 beans maturing at different times. It's very important to harvest long beans the right way. Harvesting long beans. When harvesting long beans, we should keep in mind that each flower set has other immature developing beans. There is a right way to harvest long beans. When harvesting long bean, we should always use a twisting motion and remove the mature bean from the flower bud set. Harvesting the bean this way will not damage any flower or immature bean on the same flower bud set. Long bean is a very productive bean from the base to the top. Every leaf axil has the potential to produce a flower bud set. The best part of growing long beans is harvesting the beans. Beans can be harvested on a daily basis. As every day, there will always be some mature beans to harvest.
From my experience trying to grow long beans using different methods, I now realize pruning fertilizing, and the sun are essential for growing super productive long beans. And yes, while constantly keeping the all-time pests away. Now you can grow super productive long beans, just like me. That's all, my friends. Thanks for watching. It helps if you like, share and subscribe to my channel.